We're Blondie and the Brit. We're Blondie and the Brit, and the
Ooh,
Blondie's in a little.
ooh.
Oh, there she is!
Yeah. Here I am.
Yay! There's the blonde girl.
Wow.
I'm so pleased.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So let's tell our two people who we are and what we're doing.
He's lost the other ones. Gary.
Oh, that's okay. They'll pop in. And this is good. The less people that see what the hell we're doing here is good.
Got progress. Last time I did it, I fumbled for 15 minutes and we never did.
Yeah, well, hey, somebody gave you a cent or something. They felt sorry for you and gave you some money. That's really cool. I hope you haven't spent that yet, because we're saving up, girl. We're going to Florida on that.
We are.
So, hi everyone. We are Blondie and the Brit. We'll probably say that 500 times just so, as people come in. We are both full-time, writers, and you're a full-time working in publishing too. I mean, we write stuff. That sounds like I'm really very articulately put. So, KJ, why don't you do an intro, because you're so much better at this than I am.
Oh, I don't know. Yes, we're Blondie and the Brit. We have a podcast called Blondie and the Brit, and you can find it on Facebook under
Blondie and the Brit.
Yes.
I got it. We got it going.
Yeah, Suzanne is a hybrid published author. She's done some self, some with two different publishers, and I'm full indie, and I'm also an author consultant. So we have lots of knowledge and, would love to learn from what you all are doing. Today we are going to talk about some various things, and we would love to get questions from you.
Please send us questions.
Yeah.
Then we won't look so silly. So send us something with no question is like wrong here. To do with writing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There are questions that are wrong, but not to do with writing.
Yes. Looking for a 50-year-old, so we're not going down that path.
No, okay. Yeah. Backing up. Okay, so we would love to talk today about first draft writing, as we're both writers. So any of you writers, are you in a first draft? Would you like to be in a first draft? We're going to, as we're talking, we're going to tell you a little bit about what we do in our first drafts. And then maybe if you are in that situation, you can ask us questions and we may know the answer. We may not, but we may know the answer. So tell us, send your questions to us if you've got any. So you want to start, Cage?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually just finished the first draft, and I think something that's important for people to realize is that, and you don't. First draft is just to get everything down on paper.
Yeah, absolutely.
You might be a pantser where you're just getting it all down, and then you have to unravel like the rabbit holes that don't lead anywhere. Or maybe you do have a plotting system, and this is just a way to get it all down on paper so that you can clean it up. One thing that I struggled with earlier, before I met Suzanne and she started telling me what to do, and a nice is I would keep fixing my first draft. The first
don't do that.
So finally, I'm to the point where I took NaNoWriMo this year to start a new series, and I got to the end. And now I'm doing the second draft. So, I mean, it's good. The way I start each day is I have it read back to me my, whatever I wrote the day before, so that I kind of know where I am in the story, but I don't spend much time fixing it. A little typo here, maybe. But most of the time it's just to kind of get it in my head and then get it all down on paper. Second draft is for, deeper edits and untangling the story problems or whatever that you might.
So Shami, you said I am, but it's been too long. So you have written before, but you haven't written lately. Tell us what stopped you, because there's lots of reasons why we stopped writing. So tell us in the messages why you stopped writing. I would love to know.
Yeah.
Was when you say me too? Do you mean you kept editing your first draft?
Yeah.
Because
maybe.
I think a lot of people do that. I think some people think that the first draft is like you're supposed to go perfectly through it, and that is so not what you're supposed to do. Well, you can do it any way you like, but I think the easiest way, honestly, I'm writing, but I'm doing too much editing. So you know what, KJ's information she just said is really great. If you just listen to it and you're not actually in the page, that can sometimes help you keep moving through the story. So when I'm doing first drafts, I do very little editing. Honestly, I mean it's readable, but there are chapters that aren't finished. there are some chapters that say something great's going to happen here. I mean, literally, and then I hope inspiration is going to strike. But the reality is, I've recognized how important it is to get as fast as you can to the end of that first draft. Like, I get mine done in 6 weeks, as fast as I can, because I know if you get stuck, then you start second guessing yourself. If you start editing, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know. Then you start to hate it because you've read it so many times. So my advice would be, just start writing and don't look back. Just keep going. Try not to, and if you're stuck, jump to a chapter that you know is going to happen. What, KJ? Right. I can see you want to add something there too.
I'm going to say, like, it really kills your momentum if you're fixing one chapter again and again. You forget where your story was going. You kind of lose some of those ideas that you had started with, and it just kind of kills your momentum. So I would say just keep pushing through to the end, and then give yourself, a little reward when you're done. So I tried to do TikTok the week that I finished, and she had a big moment too. But give yourself a reward and then dive into the second draft, and you can fix some of that stuff. But it's really kind of a data dump from your brain onto the page so that you have something to work with.
Yeah. So there's a great advice from a really big author that I heard at a conference once was, you write the first draft for you. So you're the only person that's going to see that. I mean, and I know sometimes if you're a perfectionist, that's going to be hard. But I mean, it's like being in your underwear or being in your pajamas. You're just getting it done. You're just making it function. So don't worry that anyone's going to see it at that point. You don't even have to have people that are close to you read it at that point. You can just get it out, keep moving. The goal is to get to the end. And then you can go and you can play. You can change scenes. You can get rid of scenes. You can add scenes. But there's some momentum that happens on finishing a first draft. There's this great feeling of accomplishment. Even if it's crappy, you feel so good that you've told the story. So you really have to push forward and get through to that. So would you, Shami, would you update us and let us know how you get on? I would love you to jump in. What kind of books do you write? What kind of genre do you like to write in? Hi, nice to see you. It's going by so fast. Yeah. Yes. Oh, good. She's going to let us know. That would be great.
Lots of people are joining. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone. We're Blondie and the Brit. We're talking about writing. If you are a writer or you want to be a writer, we're talking about first draft writing, which I think is the hardest one of all. And we want to know what you're struggling with.
Right. Some of our struggles.
If you keep rewriting your third draft, doesn't it constantly turn back into your first? Sometimes. Is that you, Gary? Oh yeah, I get it. I hear you. I'm in a third draft. I just did a third draft, and woo, that's fun. Because you hate it at that point. You're like, I hate this story. I never want to read this story ever again. And so it can be challenging. So I think at that point, once you get to the point where it's feeling like a first draft again, that's when somebody needs to look at it. You need to let it go to an editor or a reader so you can actually get new perspective on it. You don't want to keep battling through a third draft that feels like a first draft. So I would definitely, that would be your place. Get yourself an editor or a reader. In fact, you wanted to talk about ARC readers today, didn't you, KJ, if we got a chance? Did you want to talk about what that is and how that works?
So one of the things that Suzanne had mentioned that both of us use a development editor, and we pay a guy, an amazing guy that goes through, and he's a writer and he's worked with agents and stuff. And what he does for us is he reads through it as if he was a reader. So he's like, the dog was a cat and now his name is Sam and it was Fred, like he catches continuing.
Because that happens.
But he's also like, the pacing here is slow. What about this? Oh, I have an idea to wrap this up quicker. Or, I asked him to help me shorten it. Of course, he didn't. He just had more ideas. But he gives you a much more story edits, not necessarily the edits that you would have for typos and that kind of thing. And then there's another different kind of reader. One would be an advanced reader, someone that you're getting to read your book before you publish so that they'll leave a review. And they can be super helpful too. If several people same issue is a problem when they were reading it, that you might get bad reviews along that. So it's a good time to fix it before it's out there in public. And how do you get advanced readers would be another obviously question. I have a newsletter, and so I went online and just said, hey, does anyone want to be, here's the story blurb, does anyone want to be an advanced reader? And I got a bunch of people that way. But it could be, close friends of yours, or you could maybe put a TikTok out if you're here on TikTok. on Facebook saying, hey, I'm looking for people to help me. And you don't want to get too many people. There's a difference between a beta reader and an ARC reader. ARC is someone who hopefully will be leaving a review. Maybe your draft's a little more together. But a beta reader is someone who actually is saying, I'm going to give you my feedback. So here's what I think about this. I love this part. This is too slow, all the little details. So you can find a buddy who has the time for that. Maybe it's not always as good to have like a close friend because they're going to be too nice. You want to have someone who can be...
You don't want anyone nice.
Unless you...
So you write mystery comedy. I noticed that. I actually write comedy too. I have written comedy. The hardest thing I say about writing comedy, which is probably what you're hitting here, is it stops being funny when you've read it about 25 times. And so you start second guessing if you're funny anymore. And that's the hardest thing about writing comedy. So what I would say to you, if you laughed hysterically the first time or somebody else did, if you read it to somebody, believe that it's funny and keep writing. Because that was my biggest challenge. Tell me if you had that challenge too when you were writing, if you're still in. Was that a challenge for you? Is that you stopped finding it funny and so you just feel like you're stuck in the first draft? Let me know, because I know that definitely happens when I'm writing comedy. So
true about... Yeah, that makes sense too. And then, for
so
me...
true about comedy. It's so true. That's what happens, and so that may be what's holding you back. So if it's mystery and it's comedy, you may want to work more on the mystery side of it and just, get that really clear and going, and not worry that the comedy is not funny, because it probably is. You just have stopped finding it funny.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. It's that's a real comedy. I've got my hat off to you. That is it's not a hard genre, but it's one of those genres which is very specific, and you have to kind of have a lot of rhythm in that. Comedy has a lot of rhythm in it, and really knowing the rhythm that is for your book is really important, and your kind of style. So comedy is subjective. Well, we'll see. It is subjective. You're right.
Yeah,
it is subjective. Everybody, oh yeah, I love it when people will leave me a comment on my book. This was the funniest book I've ever read, and the person underneath goes, not funny. But that's just because everybody is different. So that's why you have to write for yourself. So if it's making you laugh, that's all that matters. Or it did, at least in the first time you did it. So keep writing forward. How much have you got through it? How far are you in on that book? Or are you still in tiny, are you still kind of thinking about where are you at? We'd love to be able to support and help you if we can. Welcome people that have just joined. Hi, Jean, how are you? Tell us where you're from, and if you're a writer. We're looking to see what people are writing. Gary, what are you writing at the moment? What are you doing in third draft? I know you've got a bunch of books out there. How many have you got out there now?
He's going to type for us. Gary Pritchett is an old friend from back in when we're Blondie and the Brit, and we have a podcast on iTunes. But Gary, we made friends with him a long time ago when we were on we used to have a podcast up every week, and now we're trying to revive it a little bit through TikTok, where we don't have to edit. But you can look us up on iTunes if you're interested, Blondie and the Brit, while we're waiting for Gary to type his response, or maybe his got distracted by something, a cat or a dog or something.
So while we're waiting on that, KJ, so what have you been doing this week? Anything fun that you've been doing that you want to share?
Well, the funnest fun was that my brother came from Maryland, and we had a blast. We actually swam in my pool, and we had fun. He brought his fun.
So she says, I'm on the first draft, chapter 30. I'm now beginning middle and end. Yeah, hardest place. Hardest place is that middle. So you may want to, I don't know if you're a plotter or a pantser, but if you know certainly how it's going to end, or you know what's going to happen in that third half, you may want to just jump in there and leave the middle for a little bit. Middles are really hard, always for me, always hard. And I've written 10 books. So just try, do you know some of the ending there? That might be a way to jump in and get you thinking again, because sometimes you'll jump forward and you go, I need this setup, and then you automatically start to get a middle. But sometimes you have to do that. KJ, do you struggle with middles?
Yeah, that's great advice. Usually my story's rolling so far downhill by then I don't have trouble.
Yeah, because she likes those sit on the edge of your seat books, It's like a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, let us know how it goes. I would love to know. We're going to try and do this once a week on a Friday. And so make sure there must be some sort of button you can click that says, say when somebody goes live. We're not TikToky persons yet, but let us, so hit whatever that is. And then we'll chat to you next week and see how you got on. Sometimes one of the things that we do, KJ and I are friends, is that we keep each other accountable. And just having that other person that you can connect with helps you be motivated, because it's a very lonely business writing. We need to all support one another. Yeah, I'd love to know let us know definitely how it goes. So we'd be really excited to find out. Yeah. Hey, Gary, 7 so far. Wow. In one series. How are they going? Are they doing okay? How are you feeling about them?
Oh, yeah.
I drew a map so I knew where the characters are in the castle. Ooh, that sounds exciting.
Great idea.
That sounds like fun. I should do people in the castle. That would be really fun.
Yeah.
All my people are in World War II getting killed. So
Again's TikTok feed, she just did one where she's riding horse through a castle.
There you go. That was kind of fun.
Yeah. The other thing I did this week that was more marketing related is I'm about to start a blog tour, so I had to get all this.
Also, listen, I'm sorry. KJ, I'm going to jump in and respond to questions if they fly up. Sure. Is that okay? I don't want to cut across you, but I was going to say, I will also listen to your podcast. There's so much advice in the podcast. We have 99 episodes now, or 97 or something. But then we ask all those questions. We ask every author, what's your process? We ask every author, what was your, how did you become published? So you learn so much because everybody's journey is so different. And so it's Blondie and the Brit. I think it's on iTunes. KJ, is it iTunes and Podbean? And so go over there and check out some of those great authors out there, because we learned so much when we were doing that, didn't we, Gage? Yeah, I'm sorry. So I cut across you, but carry on, Kay. What were you saying?
Yeah, we got to keep a track of the comments. I was just saying that putting together this blog tour, I had to go back and update all my my media kit. And so if you're just beginning an author, one of the things that you want to do on your website or somewhere, at least for yourself, is to have your picture, your bio, all your links to social media, links to your books. And so I was, now that I've started TikTok, had to do that, and YouTube. So we've had, it was just a lot of work. And then I put together a Goodreads giveaway. I don't know how many of you have ever tried that and had success, but they a couple of years ago, they changed everything about it, but I really like it. I'm also an author consultant, and so I'm helping authors, and I've had several people do that recently. For $119, you can sign up for a Goodreads giveaway. You can give away 100 ebooks, and they deliver those ebooks. They're connected to Amazon now, so it's an Amazon.
So that might be something for Gary. Gary, have you tried that? Have you tried doing the ebooks giveaway, the Goodreads giveaway? Because I'm sorry, finish what you were saying. I was just thinking of him as you were talking.
Saying that it's a great way, because then 100 people get your book. Amazon reminds them to leave a review, and it's a verified review when it goes up. And then all the people that are on Goodreads that are looking for giveaways, they sign up. Your book gets put into their to be read pile. So, and then all their friends get to see what's on their to read pile. So it's a great way to broaden your scope. It's pretty easy when you sign up. Especially I have Amazon credit card already attached, and so it pays through there. And then when it delivers, that's an automatic delivery. You don't have to do anything, so it's pretty easy. And then you should go back to your Goodreads giveaway and follow all the people that entered. Very good way to broaden your scope and get a lot more people involved. And then you have 100 people who some of those
who've reviewed it. Yeah. And also, if you're a reader, it's a great way to read books for free. Is to go over to Goodreads and look at the Goodreads giveaways, because a lot of people are giving away 100 books. You've got a good chance of getting one to read there. So if you're a reader, go over there. If you're a writer, it's a great way to do a launch is with a Goodreads giveaway, right, KJ? Did you do one with the last book you did?
Yep, I did one with Killing Time. And there's two ways. If you're with a publisher, they'll have to do it and they'll set it up for you. So let your publisher know. If you're independent, you just pick that you're an author and you manage the whole thing, and it's pretty easy. So just one of the things that I'd like to do occasionally for myself, and a lot of times for my clients. So Suzanne, tell us what you've been working on this week.
Oh, so I got all my notes back from. I have a new book coming out in November, and my editor just sent me all the notes on that, and so that my head's been kind of a little full of that. So what I've been doing is catching up on. I just launched a book. I have a book coming out, and I just launched a book, and so I've been doing a lot of signing books because I do a lot of giveaways. I do physical giveaways too, ebook giveaways, normally through my newsletter. And so I have I've been signing books and packaging them. In fact, I've got to send a bunch out today, which is fun. I always love that. That's always fun. You think someone's going to get a book. It's kind of fun. So I've been doing that and like working through that, trying to get caught up. And I have an interview that I'm doing for somebody in Australia. They've sent me questions, like 18 questions. Like, oh my God. For a dyslexic person, that's like a nightmare. It's like 18 questions. I've got to write 18 things. So it's like... So it's been taking me a while, and they're great questions, but they're just a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? So
answer Gary's question.
Okay, yes. Answer his question, you say?
Just read what he said.
Oh, I've been writing to build the backlist, and will start pushing my correct fave series about after book 3. I've been writing to build the backlist. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're writing ahead.
Yeah.
So that's the smartest thing to do, Gary. That is such a smart idea.
Yeah, you
got to do that.
I always want to do that, and then I'm too impatient.
Good job. It's good. No, if you can do that. Is it? And it's a series, you say? Yeah, after book 3. That's great. That's going to be really helpful, I think, for you to do that. So, yeah. Wow. That's really cool. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing this week. It's been fun, but it's like, I think sometimes, a lot of my life is writing, but a lot of it isn't writing. Do you find that too, Cage? Like, I commit to writing every day. Apart from the last 2 weeks, I took 2 weeks off, which my brain needed. But then when I'm back in writing mode, which I will be on Tuesday, I'm going to be doing a bunch of plotting on Monday for my new book. And then I'll be back in writing mode on Tuesday. I write for a set period each day. And then I have all these other things I have to do, like figure out TikTok. But I like this medium. Do you guys like this? I think it's a really fun social media thing. What do you guys? Do you guys enjoy it? Tell us what you think. Are you still struggling? I see a lot of people like me, but they haven't posted. So I think, are they still struggling through the how do you post a video stage? Because that took me like forever. You think get going live was hard. You should have seen me trying to figure out how to post a video, So yeah, it took me a little while. Tell us your horror stories.
Yeah, we're still. It's I enjoy it though. I haven't had as much time to put into it, but I'm hoping to. I like all the. If you guys need some ideas of things to do, Suzanne's got a whole bunch of cute little videos, and I keep saving people's to see if I can, do something. There's a bunch of like preset things that they have the audio, and you just show them your book, and I need to do some of those things.
Oh yeah, you mean like you go and I know what you mean. They're already I need to do some of that too.
Look through it, and
Yeah. Because I don't know how you guys are. I heard this from another person on TikTok, but apparently the way the algorithm is, you know how it is on Facebook, you don't want to post too much because people get sick of it, and on Twitter it flies by in like 10 seconds. But the way the algorithm is apparently set up on here, your posts aren't pushed always to the same people. So you can post as much as you like, apparently. I mean, some people may get the same content over and over, but it's not like it would be on one of the other mediums. So I think you can actually post more, which has made me feel a lot freer, because I know that I'm always like, oh, did I talk about a book yesterday? Is it wrong to talk about it again today? You have that kind of like weirdness that you go through. And honestly, I am not finding that with TikTok. I find that different people are liking it and different people are finding it. I have to be honest, I'm also doing some junk journal on here because that's also a hobby of mine. And I wanted to make sure that that it wasn't all about my book, because I want people to connect with me rather than sell them a book. So that's what it's all about. I like doing a lot of comedy videos. Ooh, it's hard to do a lot of content. It's best to post a lot. Oh, it's hard to do a lot of content. It's best to post a lot. I agree. I totally agree. What kind of comedy videos? Do you do like music videos where you sing, or what kind of things are you doing?
We'll have to go check her out. Let's go see her.
Yeah, we'll definitely follow you afterwards, so that because I would love to keep in contact with you as you're working your way through writing. We'd love to know what's going on. I didn't know that either. Great stuff. Yeah, there you go. See, we learn. Isn't that fun? We all come on here. We all learn something. That's what it's all about. Either entertain or learn something. That's what it's all about, right? Yay. So, yay. So good. We've got a few more new people. Hi. If you've just joined us, we're Blondie and the Brit. We talk about writing. And the writing, we're both writers, authors. Blondie is an indie. I'm a hybrid. That means I do indie, and I have done indie, and I am published by traditional publishers. But we'll answer hopefully some of your questions. Let us know if you are writing your first draft. That's what we've been talking about today, is getting that first draft out and anything you might be struggling with. No, I can't not sing. Me neither. I see all these. You know what really bothers me? Tell me if you're the same. The really people who can't lip sync well. So you have the song on there and their lips, you're like, you're killing me. Will you just stop? Either learn the song or just don't do it. Do something else. Play a banjo or tap some spoons, but please don't lip sync badly because it's really painful to watch. Is it just me?
Suzanne can't sing. She was in a one-woman show, Shirley Valentine, on stage.
Well, it's just, I'm not going to say who it is, but there's one person on here who is another author. And God bless her, she cannot lip sync to save her life. The words are going and her mouth is moving. It's almost like you kind of have to watch and go, wow, how did she even manage to, not be so off? God bless her. And God bless her for trying. God bless you for trying. But do something else. You can't lip sync, honestly, because it's painful to watch.
This is pretty.
Okay, I don't mean to insult anybody, honestly. I'm just saying there's lots of ways to connect with people. I post a lot about writing. Good. Well, that's good. I'll do a video about you too. Yes. I don't know what you would say, but yes, I love you. We love you too. How nice. KJ, we made a friend. Isn't that nice? We're a little zany. We've always been a little zany. We kind of learn things as we go along. Is somebody there? KJ's got people. You got people? Okay. True. My 13-year-old niece does videos in the bathroom, and it's so embarrassing. That's not good. Videos in the bathroom? Ooh, I'm scared to even think about what that would be like. So no, don't do videos in the bathroom. Things not to do on TikTok. Anything in the bathroom.
Don't go live.
God bless her. Don't go. Don't go live. Do you know what the hell you're doing? Because we keep losing people and finding people and losing people. But we're working it out, you guys. We just want to be here to support you. So let us know what you need, and we'll try and figure that out with you guys together. So Amy scrapbooking joined. Hi Amy. You're a scrapbooker like me. I love scrapbooking too. You probably follow me because of my journals. And so we're talking about writing today. So tell us, have you got a favorite writer? Are you a writer? Let us know. We're just chatting to people about writing and the writing process today. So that's always fun.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You tell them where they can find you. They find you on TikTok, but
so you stopped, your sound cut out. What did you say?
I'm just asking you to give more information. Why is my doing that? I don't understand.
You are speak there, but it's not there.
The phone. I don't know.
You look like you're outside though. It looks gorgeous. Are you outside? It's freezing here.
It's my little plants. I thought it was a good background. I'm just in front of my window.
Yeah, you look like you're in a tent though. It must be just the way the thing comes. It's like you're out in the out in Africa.
It's my lanai. My lanai out there.
It's a what?
I don't know why my lanai.
What's a lanai? Is that an American word? I don't know.
That's a Hawaiian word. It's like a covered porch.
Oh, okay. We just call it porch here.
I gotta go. I have someone coming home, and I have to go get my daughter. So
okay. Well, it's been great chatting to everyone.
Yeah.
And
catch you later.
We'll try and do this again next Friday.
Yeah.
Right, Gage?
Yep.
But keep in touch, and we'll try and do this live next week. And let us know how you get on in the week. Do you save stuff you pull from a first draft to use for a character background in your notes? Ooh. That would be a serious question for KJ. Maybe we'll keep Carrie, hold on to that question and ask us next week.
Yes, we'll save it for next.
Gotta go, because that feels like that we need to give that some weight, and we want to be able to talk about that. So remember that and ask us next week. That would be great. Okay, Kate. Well, you have a good time. Take care. We'll speak to you next week. I hope we get to speak to you all again. Bye.
Bye.
I don't know how now. I have to get out of here. Help.